Hi there, my name is Peter Paul Maan and I'm going to use this video to explain you how you can do image testing at a low cost with Intellivy. And the reason is that, margins are under pressure, and let's be honest, what does this mean for optimization? And I ask it many times to sellers like, hey, when the margins are thin and with the tariffs going up through the roof, what do? Are you still testing? And the answer I get most of the time is like, yes, more than ever. But let's face it, doing an iteration process from insights, briefing and everything, it's a very slow and expensive process. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to get more clicks for your main image and how to get more sales with the second and third image, but then fast, smart and very easy to do and at a low price with Intellivy. So I've created a process for you, a very easy to follow SOP. How does it work? It starts by just getting feedback. You know, without feedback, it's just based on your assumption. Might be good enough, but I'm afraid not. So you start with feedback, spot the issue, what is needed, what objections should be counted, where's the confusion coming from, what is happening here. Then you can generate concepts. You can do it with ChatGPT. You also see here on the right side with a flex seed product. I just created that. And by just easily going to the next step, boom, you can do an A/B test. Compare them, A versus B. Finalize what works, and there you go, it's done. So here you have it, the SOP. I've created this for you. You can just follow it. It's very easy to do and very hands-on. So it's all about smarter testing, and then with the help of ChatGPT, together with Intellivy. Now, and as mentioned, as an Amazon seller, you can't afford to guess. Your main image is driving the click. Your second image is driving the sale. So if you're getting that click, you want to get the attention of the consumer. And the attention span nowadays is pretty low. I spoke about this before. There are videos out there, so you can research for that. We have a lot of stuff around that part. But for now, you need to get it done. To start there, you need to understand what is it that the consumer really wants, the shopper searching for your product, or what is holding them back. Now, in this SOP, I'm giving you two options. You might already know from Intellivy that we have our unique poll, one of a kind, the only one delivering a purchase parity poll that is really diving into the objections of consumers. But there's also an alternative for that. It's budget friendly and it's done with the basic poll. And the basic poll is going to help you understand the decision drivers that matters most, and you will spot opportunities even without knowing all the objections. Now, the SOP is telling you exactly what to do, so you can just simply click here on Launch Basic Poll GPT. You probably already have a ChatGPT account, so there you go. Now, I don't know what kind of product you are working on, but I just thought, also to make a joke, with the tariffs you just want to sit comfortable. So I thought about a comfortable bike seat. So let's do that. Bike seat. Just click it, you click. And now you get already a start here, because you need to understand if someone is buying a product like a bike seat, it's never without a reason. And it's also telling here that exact same thing. So here you see that it's never without a reason. To set up the best possible scenario for your Intellivy poll, let's first clarify the buying situation. Now here you see some options. Maybe someone is buying a bike seat as a comfort upgrade, or it's a new bike setup, I don't know, or long distance riding. Now let's say that you go for even a combination of 1 and 2. So you say 1 combi with 2. So it's a comfort upgrade, but it's also a new bike setup. Let's see what happens. Perfect. Comfort upgrade, new bike setup. Picture this. You've just gotten a new bike and want to replace the stock seat with one that's more comfortable for longer rides. You're browsing for a bike seat that feels like an upgrade in both comfort and quality. Now here comes the fun part. You get the situation here, that's number 1, and you also get a follow-up question you can use in your basic poll. Then down here you go to the Intellivy poll builder and just follow the instructions. So it's telling you like select basic poll, click create poll, give your poll a name, paste the situation, so that's this part. So paste the situation, let's already copy it, then you see what I'm doing. So you're gonna launch a basic poll, exactly as the instruction is telling you, so create poll. And then here you give your poll a name, and then here you just paste the situation, then you go down back to the SOP, and you copy the question. I'm sorry. You copy the question and also paste it in the poll. Then you come to the part where you have to modify the item, and this is so great because when you see this first time, I already hear like people saying like, this is amazing. It's so easy to use because we are tapping into the Amazon marketplace. You can just simply fetch the product, enter the ASIN, and for that, of course, I need an ASIN. So you just copy it, go back to the basic poll, paste it, and there it goes. It's already fetching the information. Now it's up to you when you get to this point where the information, so here's already your mockup. No hassle, nothing with Photoshop. There's absolutely no hassle. And it's even better because you can change everything in here. So if you want to change the title to do a specific test around the new wording that you want to do, or you want to increase the stars a bit, or maybe increase the number of reviews, for this example probably not, it's great, or change the price, everything is in there. And then down here you can also say, well, you know what, for my test, because the reason what I'm going to do now here is what else would you want to know about this bike seat before deciding it's the right upgrade for your new bike? That's the question that we have here. Then you can also just say like, you know, let's hide the price, but then make sure that in this example here, you're going to say besides the obvious review rate and price, if you're going to blur these kind of stuff. So here you see like I can blur that, and then it's just focusing on the image and the title. I recommend to keep it the way it is. Then you go down to the segmentation part, and you can do random, so that's fine, but you can also change it into advanced. And then if you go to the custom GPT, it will tell you, based on a shopping scenario and product type, the following gender and age group is most likely to be the buyer. Male and female buyers aged 24-45. So you can simply change it here, 25, 25, 45, and what was the recommended male and female? So we're just gonna do 50-50, male, female, and then down here you see the selection. Now we are gonna do a basic poll, so you have to lift the number of votes, and I recommend 60. Now, and here you have it, $54, and then your first basic poll is already done. So that's all in here, and 75 cents per vote for the basic poll. So now back to the SOP, because now we have to analyze the basic poll results, and you can do it again with ChatGPT. So it's in here. And it's just following these steps. It's going to ask me like, okay, what do you want to do? Well, analyze my basic poll. It's going to ask you like, please upload your CSV file to begin. So I dropped that CSV file in here. And there we go. So you might not notice it, but I paused it of course for a moment, but now the results are in, and then you get this. So it's giving you an analysis summary, and we are speaking about a bike seat. So the key patterns from situation answers. People are in the overwhelming empathy for comfort. Words like comfort, cushioning, padding, and support. Material quality is important. Gel versus foam. Adjustability, ergonomic design. Not everything is relevant to that, by the way. I will come back to that later. But you can see durability, adjustability. It's going to an observation layer, like it reveals comfort is the absolute must-have first attention point. Then immediately with assurance about durability, adjustability, and weather resistance. This is also great, very interesting, because the bike seat is weather resistant. And then here we have a scroll stop brief. It's going to give you some details that you can use. And then here a conversion brief, also giving you some ideas for image number 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, knowing this now, so if you just look, by the way, also demographic notes. So if you have the 50-50 for female and male, and also age range, you're gonna see that women aged 24-34, they prioritize comfort and aesthetics, but then men are more deeply interested in durability, fit, and weather resistance. Now, this all together, you just have to take it with you. Now let's do that together. Now, and first of all, let's just say this up front. I'm just picking a product. It's not my product. We are not selling this. I just pick one. And it was kind of like the fun part, like sitting comfortable, although the tariffs are going up. How to sit comfortable, so I was thinking about a bike ride. But look at it. Like immediately you can see here this new wonderful banner that Amazon created for us. It's gonna say like frequently returned due to poor size and fit. it just made me wonder. So besides the insights from the poll itself, just it made me wonder, like, what are they doing about size? So I do see here on this in the options that they have an MTB touring, and then the size is going to change. However, if I'm going to one of those listings, none of the images is telling me a thing about the size. So it's not, I cannot tell, like what is that? So just a fun part. I just want to show you something, and because I was just working on this, like, so this is the bike seat. It's just an image from a review that I got. So there I have an image from the review from the listing. And I'm just asking ChatGPT, like, hey, I do not have an image of a woman sitting on the bike seat, but I just felt like, is it maybe possible to show the size? Like, show it in reference to, well, a female sitting on it. And I'm just getting there like, yeah, you know, it looks too bulky and they're trying stuff with the logos and everything. That's not what I want. So I'm just improving that step by step. And at a certain point, I get this image. Now, of course, the image by itself, I'm not going to say that this is already the one that I'm going to use, but that's the whole point. Let's go back to my presentation. I mentioned here, what we're going to do is we're going to spot the issue. We're going to generate new concepts quick and easy with ChatGPT. If I'm testing this based on the hypothesis that I've got, like, hey, maybe this is going to help to give a better reference of size, I can test that. If it's validated, then I have a reason to go to my designer and spend a little bit more money to get the better result. And the same applies to you. So you can just follow these easy steps. But now back to the basic poll, because the basic poll insights were telling me that comfort is very important. We already know that. And also adjustability. Now the adjustability, by the way, is not really relevant to the bike seat, because you just can see that there's nothing to say about adjustability. You're just gonna fit the bike seat on the bike, that's it. And the adjustability is on the bike itself. It's not the bike seat that's doing that. But if it comes to comfort, I was just wondering, like, if I look at all those images, and even if you check like the overall result, and that's what we want, right? We want to do something to stop the scroll. Now, looking at this, everybody is kind of doing the same. So I do see here like some leaves that it's blowing air, and I don't know if you even want that under your butt, but nevertheless, it's doing it. So yeah, great. But it's all kind of like a sea of same. So it's not getting much better. Now I was just wondering, like, if I go to ChatGPT and I started with just the main image of the listing, I just copy paste it, and it's really easy to do. Here we go. Go to GPT. Paste it, and if I just say, like, I don't know, place the bike seat on a countertop in a bike store. Oh, it's already creating an image. Now let's go back to this one later. But what I did here, so I just took that main image, and I also took another image that is giving me the inside of the bike seat, and then I just ask here, like, hey, I want to see, how did I name that, a cross section, like seeing it exposed, the inside of the bike seat, and then do an A versus B test. Now it takes some time to get there, because here you see that it's messing around with the logos and stuff. So I had to correct that by just telling it, like, hey, do it differently. And then here I have a concept. Now I can easily do an A versus B test with this one up against this one. And that's a very simple approach to do. And the same thing I did for another product. So in here I started with a purchase barrier poll, and let's go back to our SOP. I mentioned it before. So there are two ways to do. You can do a deep dive, the advanced option. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's going to show you, it's going to expose all the relevant objections that need to be counted to increase conversion and get more clicks. Now, so I did that for a minimalistic wallet, and I brought 125 men in the situation as if they're going to buy and replace their bulky wallet, so they're looking for a minimalistic wallet. Now, and the question in this poll here is, we want to learn about your objection will be a reason not to buy a minimalistic wallet like this one. Then all the individual responses are down here, so you see it here. Everyone, like real consumers, are replying to that answer. This will be my reason not to buy the minimalistic wallet. But AI is generating the top 10 objection list. And the interesting part of this is that if you see just the top two, limited capacity and comfort in design. So if someone is buying a minimalistic wallet, before they click, They're just doubting, like, yeah, can it really hold enough cards? That's the whole point. It's like, okay, I'm buying a minimalistic wallet, I get it, but can it hold enough cards? The other part is, okay, I see the minimalistic wallet, but is it comfortable enough to hold it in my back pocket? And then here you see create an engaging image showcasing the wallet's innovative design that maximizes space. Or here for the comfort and design, it's going to tell me like feature the wallet in a pocket. Now, remember those two steps. And by the way, back to the SOP, if you follow the option of the basic poll, it doesn't come with this generated AI. That's also the reason why it's budget friendly. So you can do it with the custom GPT that I've created for you. That's exactly the point. It's going to bring you to insights that are helpful to go to the next step. But with this purchase barrier poll, I went to ChatGPT again. And this is the current image of the listing of the minimalistic wallet. Now I can already tell you that, well, if I see this with the low attention span, most likely people will pay attention first of all to slimmer and simple. And although the minimalistic wallet is standing on its side, so you see the thickness of it, it still isn't telling me that it can hold enough cards. So is this really addressing the objection of the limited capacity? I think not. The other part is, if you just check the listing itself, is it helping me in the comfort? It did not. So I've created, with the help of ChatGPT, I've created this main image. And back to the bike seat, by the way, then you can see, because probably it's already finished. So here you see what I did. I said place the bike seat on the countertop in the bike store, and here you have it. So it's the same thing. You just take the main image, and from there you start speaking with ChatGPT like, this is the briefing, this is what I have in mind, get your creative ideas across, and there you go. I did the same thing, and I think it cost me just maximum, I'm not joking, 10 minutes. And then the text overlay, I had to do that part in Canva, because that's the only part that it cannot be done in ChatGPT, because the exact font and the positioning of it, it's not that detailed somehow. Maybe it is, but it's going to take more time. So I did it in Canva, and then I got this image. And then here you see it. So I'm starting from an objection. Limited capacity is a concern and comfort is a concern. By taking it in an A/B test, placing again people, real like 60 male, in the situation if they're going to buy a minimalistic wallet, ask them which image makes you more likely to buy the minimalistic wallet for everyday use, and boom, here you have your winner. Now this is going to give you confidence to really fix the problems that you have in your listing. Also at a low cost. This poll was around $60-70 and it's done. So easy steps. The SOP is going to guide you through everything. So you have the basic poll, spoke about that one, analyze the basic poll with the help of custom GPT. Then even you can do the alternative, the purchase barrier poll. I mentioned that as well in this video. And then from there you can generate improved listings. So you do the A versus B with ChatGPT. There are videos in there. And then here you have the dual poll or even a ranking poll. That's also possible. So then you do more options. If you have more ideas, you just don't say like, okay, A versus B versus C versus D. Now ask a random group of people, which one do you like the most? But keep in mind the hypothesis that you have in mind. So based on the insights from the test that you start with, that's the one that you need to test and validate. You need to counter the objection, or you need to get the decision driver across, the wants, needs and desires that really matter to your product and for the consumers that are potentially buying it. It goes on, so here you have also extra understand what converts. It's all in there. I really hope you're going to enjoy this and use it, because use it for your benefit, and let's beat the system. Everybody can throw us around with tariffs and fees and whatever, but we are the winners if we just listen to consumers. I thank you very much. Intellivy out. Have a nice day.